Ukrainian pilots have for the first time released footage from the cockpit of a US-made F-16 aircraft provided to the country as part of a military aid. The footage circulating on social media shows the aircraft equipped with two AIM-9 Sidewinder air-to-air missiles. The pilot in the cockpit held a sign reading, "Thank you to Americans for the help. Stand with Ukraine, stop Russia." It should be noted that during a meeting with Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky at the White House last week, U.S. President Donald Trump repeatedly stated that Ukraine had not thanked the U.S. enough for the aid supplied to Kiev since Russia's full-fledged invasion in February 2022. A Ukrainian official said Wednesday he hoped Ukraine could move forward toward negotiations to end the conflict with Russia after President Volodymyr Zelensky wrote a letter to his U.S. counterpart Donald Trump saying that his country was ready for peace. "We need to see that there is equally, trustworthy commitment on the Russian side, for example, to a ceasefire if one is to be achieved, because doing it unilaterally, if we stop, we've said it before, if Russia stops fighting, the war will end. But if Ukraine stops fighting, Ukraine will end," Yuri Sak, advisor to the Minister of Strategic Industries of Ukraine, told Sky News in an interview. According to Associated Press, Zelensky said Tuesday that the Oval Office blow-up with Trump last week was regrettable, adding that he stands ready to work under Trump's strong leadership to get a lasting peace. Zelensky's remarks, an apparent attempt to placate Trump, came in a social media post on X, hours after the White House announced a pause in military aid to Ukraine that is critical to fighting Russia's invasion. But later during his nightly address, Zelensky indicated that Ukraine hadn't received direct notification from the US that aid had been cut and was seeking confirmation.
Yes, indeed, it's a very welcome development, and to be frank, there is nothing new in that statement that our president said. We've always been 100% open about our desire for peace, and it's obvious. We are the ones who are attacked on a daily basis. We are the ones whose cities are destroyed, and Ukrainians are the ones who are paying the highest price for defending our freedom and our shared values. So, of course, that fiery exchange, as you referred to it in the Oval Office, that was very unfortunate, and this is what President Zelensky said in his letter, and we are hopeful that the emotions can be put aside and we will move forward now in terms of progressing in this negotiating process. One thing that has to be stressed, and it's very important, is to see now, as they say, it takes two to tango, so we need to see that there is equally trustworthy commitment on the Russian side, for example, to a ceasefire if one is to be achieved. Because doing it unilaterally, if we stop, we've said it before, if Russia stops fighting, the war will end. But if Ukraine stops fighting, Ukraine will end. So we are very, very eager to end this war as soon as possible, but we have to be careful because Russians, as we've said before, cannot be trusted. We have to stay pragmatic. We understand that the United States of America is Ukraine's strategic partners. We understand that without the US financial and military support, it will be much, much more difficult for Ukraine to resist the invasion. And we hope that there will, going forward, there will still be bipartisan support at the US Congress and at the White House. Well, now, and we also want to stress again that we are indeed sincerely grateful to the American people, American president, American Congress, as we are to all our other partners. So, we have to sort of put that aside, what happened on Friday, and now on signing the critical minerals deal, on ensuring that the security guarantees that Ukraine requires are in place, whether part of them will be provided by our European partners, some will be provided by the US. So we have to move forward. We have to end the war. Bringing this critical minerals deal into this equation was actually our idea. We've included that in our victory plan in 2024, and President Zelensky was the one who actually announced it. So of course we are very eager to sign a deal that will ensure equal partnership and investment opportunities that will benefit both Ukraine and the United States of America. But I will stress, there is no point in signing any deal of economic nature unless there are security guarantees in place, because show me an investor who would be willing to invest capitals in a country which can be reinvaded anytime. So they need to go together, the critical minerals deal and security guarantees, and that's the most rational way forward. We are all united by this understanding that this is the war for our survival. This is an existential threat to us, and we are driven by hope that a just and lasting and enduring peace can be achieved thanks to our partners. This is why all Ukrainians understand that the most important thing for us now is to preserve the transatlantic unity, because that is what the Kremlin is afraid of. From day one of this large-scale invasion, they knew for as long as Ukraine is supported by our partners, Russia stands no chance of achieving their objectives or conquering Ukraine. So we have to stay united, we have to stay strong, and we have to stay optimistic.